Okay, so this is a video that I feel like I kind of had to make because I've had 2 weeks ago now had really positive experiences that just kind of built on each other, and it all started with a friend of a friend giving me a rather kind of an entry-level cheap guitar, and he said I could do whatever I wanted with it. So I made that 4 pickup Eddie Van Halen type guitar. So I had my fun with that, and I listed it on Facebook Marketplace because I was really looking for a 12-string trade because I wanted my daughter to try that out. I think she'll really like the sound. So I had it up for about a week. And also in that time I was talking to Guitar Center about getting a deal for 3 guitars. There's 3 people that play guitar in my house, acoustic guitars. So yeah, I didn't get any responses that whole week that I put the guitar up for sale, for trade I mean. So on that Friday at the end of the week, I got notified that my I guess you would call it homemade banjo. This won a prize with the company CB Gitty. So they sell all kinds of parts for these kind of things and cigar box guitars. So I won a $100 gift card to them for first place in the MacGyver division. So that was pretty cool. And then I had planned on going over to Guitar Center on that Saturday morning just to see what they had. And so that Saturday morning I got a message on Facebook, and the guy had no profile picture and he had 1 friend. So he was asking about the other Frankenstrat, and I almost didn't respond to him because he only had 1 friend and he didn't have a picture. And I usually don't respond to people like that because I don't know who they are. Yeah, so anyway, I did end up responding, and he said he didn't have a 12-string to trade, but he sent me a picture of an amp, Fender amp, small one, and actually this guitar, but it was black. And I've already painted that along with this. But anyway, and it looked brand new. So that was my goal with that, was always to have a Squire to build and paint this way, so I have something that's a little bit more playable. So I said, well, and I found out where he lived, and it was kind of close to Guitar Center. So I said that I would you want to meet there at 10:30? So he said yes, and I went over there, and seemed like a nice guy from the start. And he told me why he didn't have Facebook pictures and many friends is because of the job that he has. And as soon as he showed me his identification, and as soon as I saw what his job was, I realized he can't be posting a lot of public things. So he made the trade with me, and he looked over the other guitar, and so after we were done trading, he had a guitar body. So he says, I want to leave this with you, and I want you to paint this up the same way. And I told him right off, I'm not a professional painter, and I don't usually do that, but I just also had a good feeling, and I just took it. So I go into Guitar Center, and the guys, it's the Atlantic City Guitar Center. They always have good deals there, and they're always willing to work with you. And the guy Joe that works there, he helped me out. He gave me a great deal, a deal you couldn't refuse. So I was about to carry out the 3 guitars that I got from him, and this guy, I'll call him Eddie due to this guitar here, but the guy Eddie that I made the trade with was inside, and they knew him by name too. So it's kind of like a hometown store, and he's been a long-time customer. So while I was in there and ready to leave, he met another guy that he had sold a guitar to a while back, and that guy was about to trade the guitar in, or try to sell it. I guess he needed some money. So Eddie ended up buying it back from that guy for what he sold it, sold it to him. And it was a Fender, and it was in pretty poor shape. It had originally some type of a Van Halen paint job that somebody sanded down. The only thing that was left was the pick guard and like really rough paint. It wasn't even the right kind of paint for a guitar. It looked like an enamel. So he said, I want to leave this with you. And I don't know the guy at all. And he's leaving me 2 guitars. So I ended up taking it, obviously, and I painted it for him. I haven't returned it to him yet. Haven't been able to, have to meet up with him later. But in the meantime, he stopped by my work. Yeah, so he stopped by my work. I let him try out my scrap metal guitar that I had for the Great Guitar Build-Off, and he played it. He played some Van Halen on it. It sounded really good. And so then he leaves me with another guitar to paint. So I might paint that in the same style. I do want to talk to him when I drop this, off to him, see if he just wants to use this one now because, the way it looks, and leave this the way it is. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was just a really cool experience. It just shows you can't judge someone by their Facebook profile. I mean, sometimes you can. I try to be cautious, but I just figured it was a public place, and yeah, I would have never met the guy in any other way. So it was really cool. Everything just kind of worked out and fit into place. So then I got this from him. Whoops. I got this, and this was black. And I decided to leave the pick guard on, mostly because I didn't feel like dealing with doing a lot of wiring on this one, because I've already done like so many recently, and I had to do wiring, and I just did one for a friend where I had to make a pick guard for it and wire it up differently. So I just wanted this to be all stock factory, and I did leave the cover off the back, but other than that, it's totally stock. I left the the name on there, and I would say it's in mint condition. And so this was my goal for that. I really wanted the Van Halen guitar that was a Squire. I got that, and everything else just seemed to work out. I'm still looking for a 12 string, but that's not important. We'll find that eventually. The only other thing that I did to this had paper towels underneath the pick guard. They were just holding this pickup in place. Just a couple paper towels, no screws, nothing. So I took the bobbin off of another cheap pickup, and I put it underneath, and I put springs in between. So that worked, and I put it on an angle just to kind of fill this spot. But he can change that up. So you'll notice this doesn't have any strings on it, and I talked with the guy, and he plays in a band, so he has somebody that sets his guitars up for him. So I just said I'll leave the strings off of it. That way he can put the strings on that he likes for this guy, and set it up the way that he likes. The only other modification is that I did as kind of as a joke, but I added this little little switch cover that I took off an antique sewing machine, and it happened that the holes were perfect. I didn't have to do anything, and it fits fine. It's like it's made for it. And why I thought it was funny, it says tight and loose, and it's kind of true. Like if you have this down here, it's going to be the bridge pickup, which is kind of more aggressive and tighter sounding. And say if you want to play some jazz, loosen it up, you switch it to loose, and you get the neck pickup, and in the middle you have in between. So you want to tighten up your sound, just flip that switch. I thought it was kind of funny, and it's just funny that it fit perfectly. So that, again, that's no modification there. That can just be taken off, and if he doesn't like it. But I think he said that he liked it, so we'll see. So, if I do end up painting that Wolfgang back there, I'll definitely do a video of it because it's different than I've done before. It has binding, so I'd have to paint over top of the binding. That's up, you know, that's what the guy wants, but I'll talk to him about it just to make sure after he sees this and sees, you know, it's going to be a similar paint job. Okay, so yeah, definitely reach out to people if you need to. You know, you never know what you might get. You know, I got a great deal on guitars, got trades, won a contest. It was just all very uplifting experiences. And, you know, when you consider yourself kind of an artist and not everything works out, it's nice to have something that works out. You feel appreciated, and I certainly did. And just feel, you know, feel appreciated. Can't think of anything other way to say that. And thanks for watching.